Coming to you from the Rothman Center in Hackensack, New Jersey, where NEC Front Row is proud to present men's NCAA D1 basketball as the FDU Knights, coming in at 5-11, have a rematch against a team they just matched up against exactly 4 weeks ago in American International College. Coming for you from Springfield, Massachusetts, the Yellow Jackets coming in at 2-14. Two teams coming off of losing streaks. One of them will come away with a win tonight. Who that is remains to be seen. But if any indication from 1 month ago, it could very well be FDU as they took a sweep, a 3-0, 3-0 sweep over the Yellow Jackets, only relinquishing 16, 17, and 21 points respectively as they went along. Both of these teams brand new programs this year. Both of them learning, growing pains, obviously. FDU coming in as a D1 school, a brand new program, and they are coached by Coach Carl France. Carl France was hired last year, brought on board to build this program up from the ground on up. And, of course, in doing so, had to dip his toes into some waters that he had not been accustomed to, has not been in the recruiting circle, so to speak. So had to kind of figure it out, baptism by fire. On top of that, the women's volleyball coach ended up leaving the program, so he was overseeing two programs at once. So it kind of stunted the growth and development in the process, but nonetheless was able to put together the team you're going to see on the court today. They are going up against Coach Hector Jose Reyes and the upstart Yellow Jackets of American International College. Coach Reyes in his first season, obviously, a very, very young team. Of course, he had to dip into international waters in order to get this team put together. A native of Puerto Rico, brought in some players from his native country straight out of high school. A team of all freshmen. They have amassed 2 wins this season. They're in the middle of a 7-game losing streak, but both of those wins obviously historic for these young men coming into this season. Every win is historic. Everything that happens for both of these programs is historic because, hey, they're brand new. They are fledgling. They are neophytic. They are in their infancy. Lots of growth to be done along the way. Of course, AIC coming in as a D2 program, but looking to grow as they come along. Coach France of FDU said he wants to play against those who are in the pipeline to make it to the big dance, to make it to the tournament. He wants it to be baptism by fire for this young Knight squad. Not so young, by the way, as we do have a couple of grad students on the roster, one of which was just celebrated, and that, of course, was Christian Ramirez, grad student, the 6'1" middle blocker for FDU. But we are underway, setting to get us started AIC. Of course, a couple of players to keep an eye on here this evening for AIC. John Rivera Ortiz, 6'2" outside hitter. He leads the team in points and kills. He's right up there defensively with a .922 receiving percentage. The first point of the night goes to the Knights. And as for the Knights, who should we be keeping an eye on? Well, there is the outside hitter, Jack Lydon, who led the Knights with 18.5 points and 17 kills on the night 4 weeks ago tonight. That was Friday, March 4th. Against AIC, of course, as I mentioned, the Knights coming with a 3-set sweep. We are notched here at 1. Both teams, as I mentioned, coming off a losing streak. That was a beautiful serve, giving AIC the early lead. John Rivera Ortiz, as I mentioned before, one of those players to watch. There's a set and a great block. Lorenzo Bonimo of the Knights trying to get it past. Ran into a bit of a brick wall, as it were, in Pedro Pinelli. So 3-1 early on here for the Yellow Jackets. The fake, the block, and it goes out. Point goes to the Knights. So FDU back on the serve. Lorenzo Bonimo will be serving here. Easily set by Ortiz. The point goes to FDU, so we are notched here at 3. And talking to Coach France, how do you get your team amped up for an opponent who may seem lesser, who's in a lower division, a team that you know you were able to beat pretty handily a month ago? Nice light kill there to regain the 4-3 lead, the 1-point lead. And Coach said, well, when you're on a 5-game losing streak, he didn't even know how many losses it was in a row. He said, you have nothing to hang your hat on. These boys want to get off the snide tonight. It's a nice, strong serve, great set. Gentle toss across by Ortiz. There's the fake and the kill from Lorenzo Bonimo. So Bonimo has been all over the place thus far. And a reversal there. And so with that, we are notched at 4. First set. Didn't get a chance to introduce myself. My name is Colin Cosell. I will be your broadcaster tonight. Flying solo. That ball goes out, and FDU regains the lead. 5-4. Here comes the serve from Christian Ramirez. Nice length, nice dig by Ortiz. There's a nice set. Gentle, but was able to get the dig, was Wilmer Rodriguez, the freshman standing at 6'7" as a freshman. And there's the kill just before the line. The Knights taking their first 2-point lead of the night. But Wilmer of the Yellow Jackets is going to be one of those players to watch, along with Brendan Hickey, number 3, who is the setter. Just an all-around athlete. Little interference there from the scoreboard. That ball goes out, and the point goes to the Yellow Jackets. But Brendan Hickey of AIC played volleyball in high school. He's from Smithtown out on Long Island, not too far from here. Just a quick dash up the LIE to exit 57. There's a nice dig from FDU. And the kill goes out of bounds. Just a little too strong by Ben Warren. But Brendan Hickey played volleyball, baseball, basketball, and golf, all varsity for Smithtown. As for FDU, service error is going to be attributed to Artem Vetrov. 7-6 now, the score. The serve from the 6'7" freshman, able to get dug out by FDU, and they finish it off to recapture the 2-point advantage. Jack Lydon, who was the star of the last matchup 4 weeks ago this very evening against AIC. Blistering serve dug out by Ortiz. Ortiz back on it. The gentle kill. 3 crowding the net for FDU. They get it across. There's the kill. The dig. Back up it goes. And across. Tapped over by Jose Angarita. There's the kill, and it goes off of Lorenzo Bonimo. 8-7 now the score. Alex Marinaro now on the serve. Marinaro from Springfield, Mass., one of the local recruits for Coach Reyes. Relatively easy dig, and Ortiz is met by a wall of Knights. The top of the net gives the point back to AIC, so we are notched at 8. The most experience on the court here today would be the two coaches, really. Coach France. There's another point for FDU. Beautiful kill. Coach France, a Bowling Green grad, class of 91. There's a nice kill by Ortiz. Notched back at 9, but Coach France originally wanted to go into sports broadcasting. Wanted to go to sports radio, said he graduated 2 years too early to do so. That was before the advent of your ESPN radios. Oh, and it goes off the hands of Wilmer. And it is 10-9 now, but Coach realizing that he was not going to make it in sports radio, started coaching in 98. His first D1 school was Rutgers. He's been part of the national program with the under-14 team as we get notched at 10 again. Worked with the USA development team. Has coached from 5th and 6th grade on up. And of course, Coach Reyes started coaching 20 years ago in his native land of Puerto Rico. He was working with young up-and-comers. As the unforced error, the service error goes out. 11-10 now FDU, but Coach Reyes worked with the national team, the Puerto Rican national team, men's and women's, traveled the world with them for many, many years before going over to Iowa State. And that is an unforced error. The serve there errantly hit by Lorenzo Bonamo. But Coach Reyes comes to this program to launch this from the ground up. Serve from Pinelli. There's the set up. Oh, nice tip. Whistle is blown, and the point is attributed to AIC. AIC with their first lead since an early 3-1 lead over FDU. And there's a beautiful kill by Wilmer Rodriguez. And talking to Rodriguez before the match, I asked him what kind of brevity, what kind of weight do you feel being part of this brand new program? He said it's tough, obviously. It's a brand new program, but every win is historic. He knows that no matter what happens with the program, long after he's gone, he was there. He was one of the cornerstones, part of the foundation. And all of these young men realize that on the floor. Back to the action. Serve from Ramirez. There's a set, and it is hit into the net. Alex Marinaro. Wasn't able to get it past the net, and so FDU recaptures the tie. Now trying to regain the lead. Not going to do it with that serve. Unforced error to Ramirez. Ball back to the Yellow Jackets. Nice serve, nice stop by the libero, Rui Fernandez. And the point goes to FDU. So notched at 14. Taking a look at 1 month ago, the only points relinquished, again, 16, 17, and 21 relinquished by FDU to the Yellow Jackets. Already given up 14 here. The block just a little bit behind the net wasn't good enough, and so FDU recaptures the lead at 15-14 now, and we await the serve from Artem Vetrov. Vetrov hails from Russia, Moscow to be exact. Service error from Vetrov, notches it back at 15. So right now kind of a back and forth battle, a battle of attrition, so to speak. And the serve from the tower himself, Wilmer Rodriguez. There's a set from Grady Hoffman. Hoffman, another player to watch as the libero for FDU. Oh, nice little fake. Goes up. And the dig, not enough by Grady Hoffman after some staunch defense from the Yellow Jackets. So matching their output from set 1 4 weeks ago. Coach Franz said anything can happen as soon as that ball goes in the air. And in the air it goes, a blistering pace, stopped by Hoffman. There's the kill, but it is a little too much, just a little too strong. And AIC recaptures a 2-point lead here in this opening set in the opening seasons for both of these programs. Out was the call, out goes the ball, and it is 17-16 now. The Knights will get the ball back. A little too strong there from Rodriguez, and now we will get the serve of Jack Lydon. Freshman outside hitter from Leesburg, Virginia. Went to Heritage High School. Smacks the ball right into the net. 18-16 now. Marinaro now with the serve. That serve gets a little bit outside. So now maybe both teams trying to do a little too much. AIC maybe feeling the pressure of being in the lead. Something you want to maintain and build off of. For FDU, maybe taking their opponent a little too light as that serve. Another unforced error from Mihailo Rodic. Timeout is now called by FDU, down by 2 here in the first set. So once again, coming to you from Hackensack, New Jersey, the campus of Fairleigh Dickerson University, a.k.a. FDU, the home of the Knights. I'm Colin Cosell. Pleased to be with you on this Friday, April 1st. Happy April Fools to all of you out there. I just learned today that over in the UK, apparently, you can only do a April Fool's prank by 12 noon, and after that, it's not allowed anymore. I just learned that today. That was not the case when I was a kid. It was nonstop until 11:59 p.m. on April Fool's Day. But what do I know? Old man, I don't know. Make it up as we go along. But thank you so much for joining us here on NEC Front Row. It is senior night. Just before the matchup started, we were witnessing the celebration of one of our grad students, Christian Ramirez, from West New York, New Jersey. Transfer over from NJCU. One of the leaders on this team by age alone. Of course, both programs very young. FDU with 9 freshmen on their team. AIC freshmen up and down the board. And there's a kill. Smacked that ball like it was talking smack at the Oscars. Nice shot there by Lorenzo Bonamo. Giving it the old Will Smith treatment. FDU now down by 1. The serve by Angarita. A dig from Ramirez. The illegal touch by AIC gives the point to FDU, notched at 19. The timeout seems to be working for the Knights. Whatever Coach France said to them seems to be settling in with them. Let's see if they settle in and take the lead here on the serve from Angarita. Libero's set. Nice dig by Angarita. In for the kill, and it goes off of Rodriguez. Bonamo with the point there. FDU regains the lead. Feels like a long time since they've been there. Fresh ball called for by Angarita. The 6-2 setter. Timeout is called. So AIC now with the timeout. Coach Reyes looking to get his players back on track here after relinquishing 3 consecutive points. Coach Reyes, of course, from Puerto Rico, said volleyball is very popular there. young men and women are encouraged to start playing in middle school. It's when it kind of starts for them. Of course, I joked with him. His full name is Coach Hector Jose Reyes. And I said, well, that's a baseball name. And, of course, Puerto Rico known for its baseball players. But the Jose Reyes we're thinking of the New York Mets shortstop fame is of Dominican descent. But regardless, in a country famed for baseball, and Coach Reyes, no different. He stopped playing volleyball when he was younger, started playing baseball. When he realized he wasn't going to go pro, got back involved in volleyball, and that is surely to the benefit of this fledgling Yellow Jacket program from Springfield, Mass. FDU, on the other hand, a bit of a mishmash of players, some international players as well. Santiago Lajara from Lima, Peru. Rui Fernandez from Guimarães, Portugal. Colombia, and of course Russia, as I mentioned with Vetrov before. There's a nice block right at the net by John Rivera Ortiz. Ortiz now is going to serve, notched at 20. A point here would match their highest output against FDU in team history. Grady Hoffman doing his job and doing it well. And there's the kill with authority, Lorenzo Bonomo. Puts the Knights back on top by 1, and now the serve from Bonomo. Gives the gift of the point. Can he capitalize with it in the serve? That is out. Perhaps a little too much adrenaline. Ball cascades over these stands and into the ether here at Rothman. The Rothman Center, I should say. Oh, and that is a kill with authority from Vetrov. Getting some serious air and speed on that ball. And just a little too strong from Rodriguez. Point goes to FDU. 23-21, 2 points away from capturing the first set. Timeout is called. So Coach Reyes regroups his troops, down by 2. Again, these 21 points they have acquired here in the first set matches their highest output when they met 4 weeks ago. FDU with the 3-0 sweep, and of course that also capped the longest win streak of the season for FDU, 3-game winning streak to be exact. Things have been a little tumultuous since then, and of course, to Coach France's point, there's been a bit of a losing streak rather. Both teams are trying to get off the schneid tonight. 7-game losing streak for AIC, 5 games for the Knights. But there are no ties in volleyball, so someone will get off the schneid tonight. As we count it down, 3, 2, 1, timeout is over. The match will resume. Christian Ramirez is set to serve, as echoed by our PA announcer, Matt Nelson. That ball just out by an inch or two. 23-22, unforced error there on the serve. Ben Warren, 6'4" middle blocker. Don't have to tell you the year he is. Little too strong, just a bit outside. And we are notched at 23. So AIC already an improvement from their last output on March 4th. And what better way to stop the bleeding? Coach Carl France brings over the Knights to regroup, get them settled again. What coach is telling them? Couldn't tell you. I'm not over there. But I'm sure it's a back-to-basics sort of chat he's giving them. The skill set is there. The Knights know they are a better skilled team. The Yellow Jackets know that the Knights are a better skilled team. But in any given match, on any given night, if you've got your fundamentals right, you get it back to basics, anything can happen. AIC, no stranger to Cinderella stories. 3 years ago on the road to the Frozen Four in NCAA D1 hockey, one of the only D1 programs at AIC. You might remember the Yellow Jackets taking down the number 1 seed St. Cloud State in the first round. Talk about an upset. St. Peter's and the Peacocks would even be proud of that. But now for this program in its infancy. Oh, the kill way too strong. Vetrov, when he gets behind it, can whale that ball. As far as I can tell, that ball is currently crossing the GWB on its way back to New York. Hopefully didn't have to pay the $27,000 toll. Now here is Vetrov again. That's a little too strong as recognized by Bonomo. Ducked out of the way, Matrix style. And that first set now goes to the Knights, 25-23. So again, the timeout serves AIC well. So once again, Colin Cosell joining you from the campus of Fairleigh Dickinson University as the FDU Knights are taking on the AIC Yellow Jackets. That's American International College from Springfield, Mass. We are here at the Stratus Arena inside the Rothman Center. The gymnasium here, multi-sport, built in 1987, about to celebrate its 35th anniversary of opening, September 9th of 1987. Back when these coaches were just entering college or still in high school. The parents of these students were probably very much the same, but alas, a very unique, beautiful facility bought by, or rather paid for in part by the Rothman family. They've got a track set up in here. They can get some track and field action going on. There is a golf simulator right next door. Obviously, basketball, volleyball. Pretty much if there's a sport you want to play in here, you can, except for ice hockey. But who would invite the Yellow Jackets? We know what they're capable of. Playing spoiler back in 19. That's dating me. 2019, the year I was going for there. So just under a minute to go before we begin the second set. After a serious back and forth battle there in that first set, FDU at a 23-21 lead. AIC called a timeout, notched it back at 23. Coach France of FDU did not like what he saw, called a timeout right back, and got the 2 points necessary to end the set and take the set 25-23. Some stellar performances thus far. Christian Ramirez, the senior tonight, has been looking very solid. Of course, the libero, Grady Hoffman, on the taller side for a libero at 6'1". You usually see them in the 5'6" to maybe 5'11" range. Grady Hoffman has been doing what you expect out of your libero. Speedy, digging, setting, a little bit of everything. And FDU set to lead off the second set. Ball in the hands of the freshman, 6'2", Jose Angarita from Colombia. Serve handled easily by the libero, Michel Bascape. And the first point of the second set goes to FDU. Angarita with the serve. Handled by Rodriguez. Light touch by Ben Warren. There's the set, the fake, the smack, and it is dug out by Ortiz. Lightly handled over by Rodriguez. And a great eye switch speed there by Jack Leiden. Leiden, of course, the offensive star for the Knights back when they played the Yellow Jackets in Springfield. There's the set, and the ball goes out. So FDU with their largest lead of the night. 3-0 second set. Angarita the serve. Kept in by Rodriguez. And just a little too strong from Ben Warren. Unable to handle it was Artem Vetrov, and so AIC gets off the snide, gets their first point of the second set, and now it is in the hands of John Rivera Ortiz, the outside hitter. From Calle, Puerto Rico, one of the players recruited by Coach Reyes, knowing that the talent pool had already been completely milked dry by the time he was trying to put the program together. So what do? Go back to your roots, and he did just that. 3 players from this small but mighty AIC team. Wilmer Rodriguez from Dorado, Puerto Rico. Pedro Pinelli from Ponce, Puerto Rico. And, of course, Ortiz was mentioned from Calle, Puerto Rico. And Michel Bascape joining us from Rho, Italy. There's the set. A little too light from Leiden. There's the gentle tap. Grady Hoffman keeps it in play. Ball goes right along the line, and Artem Vetrov gets back into it again. 5-1 FDU now, so it looks like the Knights are finding their groove on senior night. Too strong for the dig from Bascape, and it is 6-1 now. The ace from Bonamo, and a timeout is called. Reyes does not like what he sees out of his Yellow Jacket squad. So a little bit more about the Knights. Coach Carl France, as I said, did not want to play anyone below D1, at least not too often. Obviously, there's a couple of growing experiences to be had by a team in its inaugural season by playing a lesser program, so to speak, which by division would dictate that out of the Yellow Jackets, but a scrappy first set. Nonetheless, Coach France wants a win tonight. He wants a decisive win. He's not here to make friends. He's not here to make the Yellow Jackets feel better about themselves in their inaugural season, even though the parallels are there between the two programs. The juxtapositions are there as well. We can discuss that more as we go along, but Coach France wants to play the teams that are going to make the tournament. Says that's the best way for these young men to grow. And, of course, all these young men on the court, they know. They are the history makers, the cornerstones of the programs. In 4, 10, 20 years from now, when the programs are well established, they can come back and say, hey, we were your forefathers. We were the founding fathers of this men's volleyball program at both FDU and AIC. FDU up now 6-2 here in the second set. Awaiting the serve from Pedro Pinelli. From Ponce, Puerto Rico, unforced error goes into the net. 7-2 now, FDU. Christian Ramirez is serving. The senior celebrated tonight. Usual role of middle blocker. There's the set, and the kill attempt by Ben Warren goes out of bounds. 8-2 now, the Knights. So it was once a 2-point lead, kind of back and forth there in the first set. FDU now with the strongest showing of the night thus far. There's a nice dig by Ramirez. Going for the kill, trying to keep it alive. Ramirez does. It stays in. Comes back. AIC needs to get it over the net. Rodriguez can't do it. There's the ball again. Another dig, this time from Bonimo. The Knights will not go down quietly. There's another dig. The set, the shot. The libero keeps it alive for AIC. Another dig, the most action we've seen all night. It has been going back and forth. The ball goes out of bounds, and the point goes to AIC. Hands down, the best action we have seen here tonight. Smiles on the faces of both teams. They know it. The adrenaline is pumping up now. The energy levels may be raised a bit. Let's see how the Yellow Jackets answer, down by 5 in the second set. The serve from Warren. Handled easily by Bonimo, but the next shot right into the net gives the point to AIC, now cutting the lead in half, down 8-4. Ben Warren of Chicopee, Mass., another one of the semi-locals. And there's a nice serve, makes it 8-5. Ben Warren with a smile on his face. The smiles have been erased off of the Knight squad. AIC down by 3. And the defense now stepping up. Running into a wall named Alex Marinaro, the 6'4" freshman. So now only down by 2. So a little bit of a hot streak here for Ben Warren and his Yellow Jackets, but the unforced error on the serve there gives the point and the ball back to FDU. So the hardest thing to do when building a program is not just building the team itself, it's building the team culture, and both coaches have been tasked with just that. Defense just a little too strong from Rodic there for the Knights. Ball went out of bounds, and so comes back to the Yellow Jackets. And the probably still growing Wilmer Rodriguez started the match at 6'7". I think he's topped out at 6'8" at this point. By the end of the night, should be 7'3". FDU now back in the attack. Gentle touch. Great defense. There's the set. Oh, another gentle touch. Read perfectly by the defense of the Yellow Jackets. There's a dig by Rodriguez. Didn't have to dig too deep, though. There's the set. The swat. Back over the net. Another swat. And the defense not strong enough. The point goes to FDU at the hands of Mihailo Rodic. 10-7 now. Jack Lydon stands at 6'5" himself. The libero Biscape. Oh, beautiful touch there by Ortiz for the Yellow Jackets. 10-8 now. And if you heard that through the microphone, that was Matt Nelson announcing that young man right there, number 14, Alex Marinaro. The serve. Way too much. A little too strong. Point goes to FDU. And if you were impressed by Wilmer Rodriguez's height, how about this young man right there? Boom. Mihailo Rodic, 6'9", from Clifton, New Jersey, not too far here, and another point goes to FDU. Mihajlo Rodic now back on the serve. He was eyeballing a serve down the line, lost sight of it in the process, gives the ball back to the Yellow Jackets, 12-9 now. Brendan Hickey from Smithtown, Long Island. Oh, there's a beautiful swat down the kill from Christian Ramirez. 13-9 now. Oh, there's a beautiful kill by Ben Warren, getting all of his height. Beautiful placement, 13-10. John Rivera Ortiz. On the serve. Handled, set by Angarita. Too strong for Brandon Hickey to handle. 14-10 Knights. Lorenzo Bonomo, coach says, a high flyer from South Jersey, one of those guys who's very athletic. Just needs a little bit of refinement on his game. You wouldn't note on that serve, though. That was beautiful, and it was just too much for Michel Biscapi to get to, and the point goes back to FDU and the hands of Lorenzo Bonomo. Coach says Lorenzo loves to attack the ball, open up his repertoire with attacking, mixes his shots with power. Saw some of the power right there, just a little too strong. So the ball now back in the hands of the Yellow Jackets. Oh, the strength. That ball goes into the crowd. Pedro Pinelli takes down the entire arena on his way. The barriers between the fans and the court is no more. No regard for human life, piping, or banners. He is a tour de force. You cannot stop him. You can only hope to contain him, and even then you couldn't do that. I've never felt more secure here in my seat than I do right now, I assure you. Back to the action. Both Jack Lydon and Mihajlo Rodic lost track of the ball. It drops to the ground, and upon doing so, gives a point to the Yellow Jackets. Ben Warren now on the serve. Everything is breaking. Everything is just getting dismantled. Too much strength on this court. Not missing a day in the gym, not missing a day of lifting, it seems, these young men. As we try to repair the net. The out-of-bounds marker now being handled by one of our refs. The match officials, by the way, Neil Kenzakowski, Dale Nestor, Laura Garbarino, and Annie Hung. And that was Laura Garbarino getting everything reset. So all the piping behind us has been reset. The out-of-bounds marker on the net has been reset. Looks like we're going to play some volleyball and stop with the destruction already. That serve just a little too strong. The service error attributed to Ben Warren. 17-13 now, FDU. Artem Vetrov, the Moscow native. What a powerful serve. Nearly took out the NIT championship banner for men's basketball at the FDU Knights. Some say the ball never came down. Could be still traveling today. Timeout is called. And so with that, FDU looking to take this second set with a 5-point lead here. Just need to win 7 of the next 11 points. Or 12 for that matter. Suppose I shouldn't count the Yellow Jackets out of it. But in talking to both coaches, talking about the program and what it's like to be in an upstart program like this, Coach France put it eloquently and humorously as well when he said, all eyes are on them. All eyes are on this program. You're the shiny new toy of the athletics program. People are excited to watch you grow, and the kids have met the magnitude of that pressure, that weight, and that legacy. Instant legacies being built here on the court right before your very eyes. And as for Coach Reyes, you've got a very young team, but there's no better way to mature them to let them know that they are also the shiny new toy of the athletics program. They are the ones setting the standard for future teams to come. And if there was a Mount Rushmore of founding fathers, or at least the important ones in laying the cornerstones and foundation for these programs, all of these young men's faces would be adorning that Mount Rushmore. No pantheon to be met because they are the pantheon themselves. Here we go in this 32nd point, and it goes to AIC. Unforced error from Vetrov, and now the serve coming from Wilmer Rodriguez. 6'7" and still not the tallest person on the court. That would go to that lovely light touch we saw there from Rodic, and look at that, covering some serious real estate there. Oh, and just a little too strong from Ortiz, unable to dig it. Where the Knights close to it was Rodic, just a little too strong. Rodriguez back in the serve. Deep breath, lines it up. Handled easily by Hoffman. And good eyes. Bonomo and Vetrov keeping an eye out for each other, keeping an eye on the ball, watching it sail out of bounds. 19-15 now. The 35th point of the set. The serve off the hands of Leiden, handled by Biscoppi. And that ball goes out. But it grazed the hands of one of the members of FDU, so 19-16 now. That point does go to the Yellow Jackets. The serve now, Alex Marinaro. And the point is awarded to AIC. 19-17 now. If FDU is learning any lessons from tonight thus far, it's that you cannot count out AIC. These young men are digging deep. They will not go down without a fight. So we'll get a brief stoppage of play. A little bit more about Artem Vetrov. He was the first verbal commit for Coach France, so obviously he'll go down in history for Coach France and his story here, which has just begun, Chapter 1 with the FDU Knights. Artem has just a plethora of international experience. He represented Russia multiple times in both beach and indoor volleyball. And of course, Russia, as we know, very intense training in all of their athletics programs. Volleyball is no different. And so with that, Vetrov is a very refined player. He's rounding into form here in American play and, of course, in collegiate play. Seems very well adjusted with, obviously, the situation going on in Ukraine. Not something they talk about amongst team, and why would they? Leave the distractions to the politicians. Here it's all about the sport of volleyball. Speaking of which, we are going to resume right now with the tower from Clifton, New Jersey, Mihailo Rodic. .38 coming your way. We get something adjusted with the scoreboard. Gives the players a chance to communicate, figure out a game plan, see what's working, what isn't. Coach France over at the scorer's table shaking his head. He is not pleased with whatever glitches are happening right now. All eyes on the scoreboard as it is readjusted to reflect the actual score, 20-16, not 17. We will not mislead you. Rodic with the serve, handled by his tall counterpart, Rodriguez. Kill attempt kept alive by the Yellow Jackets. Very strong, too strong for the dig. Great shot by Ben Warren. Just out of the reach of Rodic. So now it is 22-17. Brendan Hickey with the serve. There's the set. There's the shot. There's the kill. Artem Vetrov. 4 points away from taking the second set here. Served by Angarita. Whistle blows. Point goes to FDU. 22-17 now. Coach Reyes getting his players to set back a bit. They know what Angarita is capable of. Angarita tried to compensate for it. Maybe he was gotten in the head of by Coach Reyes. Knocks the serve right into the net. Unforced error makes it 22-18. Now back in the hands of John Rivera Ortiz. Handled easily by Hoffman. Is able to keep it alive, but it grazes one of the Yellow Jackets on the way out. And that, of course, gives the point to the Knights. FDU's Lorenzo Bonamo. Williamstown, New Jersey. And the service error from Bonamo. As we anticipate the serve from Pinelli. There's the set. And just enough strength out of the senior who is celebrated tonight, Christian Ramirez. Great follow through. Too strong for the wall set by the Yellow Jackets. The Knights 1 point away from the second set. Ramirez knocked it right into the net. Makes it 24-20. So AIC gets the ball back. Staying alive like Travolta here in the second set. That is a Saturday Night Live or Saturday Night Fever reference for those keeping score at home. And that goes out of bounds. There is the last point of the second set, 25-20. And so we will take a quick break. Don't change that webpage. Go grab yourself a snack, a drink. We'll have the third and final set of the night, perhaps. We'll find out coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Rothman Center here in Hackensack, New Jersey, home of the Knights. Fairleigh Dickinson University, FDU taking on AIC, American International College, and the Yellow Jackets of said college. Second time these two programs have met. Second time they're meeting in exactly 1 month's time, Friday, March 4th in Springfield, Mass. FDU took a 3 straight set victory against the Yellow Jackets. Looking to do the same here tonight. The Yellow Jackets started building set by set the last time these two met. Losing the first set 25-16, second set 25-17, third set 25-21. Tonight, however, kind of a bit of a reversal. Losing the first set 25-23, second set 25-20. Will 3 sets be all the Knights need? Or will the Yellow Jackets be able to get on a roll of their own? We'll find out here together as it unfolds. There's the serve from Ortiz. Unforced service error. First point goes to FDU. So FDU trying to build on a bit of a roll that they're on right now. Trying to get off their 5-game losing streak. Jose Angarita with the serve. Dug out by Biscapi. Nothing much to do there with the ball. Oh, too strong from Ramirez, and another kill there from the grad student enjoying his senior night. So even though a great play by Ben Warren was just not enough for the Yellow Jackets. Setting the ball is Hickey. And with the kill is Wilma Rodriguez. Gets the Yellow Jackets on the board at 2-1 here in the third set. Pedro Pinelli from Ponce, Puerto Rico. 6'1" freshman. Nice light serve. Oh, and that one just a little too strong off the hands of Jack Lydon. So we're not at 2 here in the third set. First tie we've seen between these two since the first set. A lot of back and forth action in that set. Second one pretty much in the driver's seat were the FDU Knights. Oh, what a dig there by Grady Hoffman. And it results in an FDU point. Everything about that point was all Grady. Hoffman, one of 2 Californians here on this FDU Knight squad. He's from Palos Verdes Estates. He joins Iman Poole Harris. He's from Long Beach. Iman will not be playing this evening. Oh, and the kill with authority. As if that ball insulted him. Artem Vetrov knocks it down, doubling up the lead for FDU now 4-2 in the third set. Lorenzo Bonamo. The speedy South Jerseyan. The beautiful serve. Nice dig by Bisepti. But unable to get it over the net for the Yellow Jackets. And so it is a 5-2 lead now for FDU. Back to work goes Bonamo. Never mind. Timeout has been called, as we've learned from PA announcer Matt Nelson. Coach Reyes trying to get his troops back in line, back in order, and back into a bit of a win streak they're hoping to take a few points in a row, get some momentum going. But in the meantime, FDU kind of feels it. They're in the driver's seat here. They're in cruise control. But if that first set taught them anything, it's that they cannot relent. AIC will find a way. These are 2 very hungry programs. Again, the parallels, both of them in their first season in NCAA play. AIC D2, FDU D1. This could be arguably one of those character-building matches for AIC. For FDU, maybe a bit of fine-tuning as they look to get back into their winning ways. FDU coming into tonight at 5-11. Also looking to get above 500 in their home record. 2-2 currently here at the Rothman Center. AIC's 2 wins, 1 coming on the road and 1 coming at home. Here's the serve from Bonomo, handled by AIC. There's the set and the kill. Jack Leiden. Tattooed that ball. Served by Bonomo, just a bit too strong. And so with that, the Yellow Jackets of AIC now see their deficit cut in half. Ben Warren on the serve. Great dig by Hoffman. The kill, so strong. Artem Vetrov. That is his office on the outside. The outside hitter doing exactly what's asked of him. And that one just a little too strong. Goes out by Ben Warren. At no point do you see the Yellow Jackets looking down on themselves, though. They still have smiles on their faces. They do mean business. They came here to play. But they're not going to let whatever happens get the best of them. Neither program can, really. Seppi sets it up for Ramirez. Oh, that's a beautiful diving stop by Bonomo to keep it alive as it goes back over the net. Some back and forth action. There's another dig. The dig kept alive. It has to go over the net. It does. And it's dug out there by Biseppi. There's the kill attempt. The ball stays alive. Smacks in the face of Bonomo. And all that hard work pays off. FDU gets the point. We've had two great volleys tonight. One in the second set. Now here in the third, a lot of back and forth, some great digs, some incredible athleticism. Bonomo at the crux of that point. And there's the ace from Christian Ramirez. The West New York, New Jersey native. Celebrated tonight before the game, celebrated right there for that beautiful ace. Keeping the match going, Ramirez. Does not get the ace this time. Biseppi sets it. Ramirez could not get the kill. There goes Leiden at the net. Once again was Rodic. Sailed over gently. There's the set. Kill attempt, no, not able to do it. A great defensive play by Alex Marinaro, and the point goes to the Yellow Jackets of AIC. (10-4) over and out would be the score. Wilmer Rodriguez, one of the players that Coach Reyes relies heavily on for his strength, his athleticism, his leadership. That was a solid serve. Going for the kill was Leiden. Too much at the net was Marinaro. But the point ends up going to the Knights. Artem Vetrov. Strong serve. Handled by the libero. Too many touches, 4 touches to be exact by AIC. Point goes to FDU, now tripling up the score of their fledgling rivals, as well as a timeout is called. 12-4 here in the third set. Colin Cosell joining you from Hackensack, New Jersey, home of the FDU Knights. Looking to bring their overall record to 6-11. Let's get to know these Knights a little bit better. I've been talking quite a bit about Mihailo Rodic. If you couldn't guess by his height, he's also a basketball player, and you'll see a lot of crossover in basketball and volleyball. He came recommended from a friend of Coach Carl. Coach Carl France, that is. Coach France's friend was the high school coach of Rodic. The scouting report on him Coach France says Mihailo could very easily be all-conference if he puts in the time and the effort to get better. It's entirely up to him how far he can go. Sky's the limit kind of player. Seeing some really good things out of the freshman middle blocker tonight. Horn means we are ready for action once again. We'll see if Coach Reyes was able to get his troops back in line or if FDU can keep building. That serve just a little too strong. Sometimes you have to put it upon yourself to stop the bleeding. Sometimes the other team will do it for you, and that would be the case right here. So now we've got Alex Marinaro. Splits time as a middle blocker and outside hitter. That serve is too strong. So 2 serving errors now. Back to back. Both teams exchange points. But as Led Zeppelin once sang, the song remains the same. Still an 8-point differential between the two. Now it's 13-5, FDU in the lead. In the capable hands of Ortiz, the ball goes off the hand of Rodic trying to play defense. Ortiz too strong. Now 13-6. Brendan Hickey, the setter, with the serve. Doesn't try to do anything crazy with it. Oh, there's a little craziness. A little spin move off of Mihailo Rodic. Put a little English on it. Fooled the Yellow Jackets. So FDU gets the point. 14 the score, 14 on the serve. Mihailo Rodic, basketball and volleyball player. That ball goes out. Service error makes it 14-7. So the Yellow Jackets now see their deficit cut in half once again. Served by Ortiz. Palmed it. So the point goes to FDU. Jose Angarita. When his serve is on, it is powerful, and sometimes it's a little too powerful. And case in point right there, dare he make a liar out of me? He did not. Pedro Pinelli now for the Yellow Jackets. Grady Hoffman keeps it alive. That ball goes off of a Yellow Jacket and out of bounds. Point goes to FDU. Serve comes to Lorenzo Bonamo. 9 points away from a 3-set sweep of their fledgling counterparts. Great heads-up play at the net by Jack Lydon. The ball does, in fact, touch one of the Yellow Jackets on its way out of bounds. Point goes to FDU. Ball comes back to Bonamo. Bit of quarterbacking there by Grady Hoffman, who's keeping an eye on things. Try to get his teammates in position, but the serve, errant as it was, gives the point to AIC. And now Ben Warren. Middle blocker with the serve. Had some English on it, some strength on it as well. Set way up high. Vetrov, such strength, pushed Alex Marinaro backwards. Somehow AIC kept it alive. Jack Lydon now. The gentle touch, and that's all it takes. 18-9 now for FDU. Christian Ramirez, the elder statesman of this night squad. Ball's kept alive, dances on the net, stays up in the air though. And wow, just a little too much there from Wilmer Rodriguez as he swatted it into what it was nearly in the men's bathroom. That's what I can tell you. That was nowhere near the court, just a little too strong. Point goes to FDU, 19-9 now the score. A little bit softer there on the touch. There's the set and the tap. Back over the net by the Knights now, the Yellow Jackets. Oh, there's a nice, strong hit. Goes off of FDU. Point goes to AIC. Wilmer Rodriguez now on the serve. And they gave the point to the Yellow Jackets. 19-11 now. 19-11. What a great year. I can't speak for that. I wasn't around, but that is the current score here. I can tell you that. Ball is kept alive, goes off of the out-of-bounds pole, and out it goes. Point goes to AIC. That ball just a little too strong. The disappointment out of Wilmer Rodriguez there. Point goes to FDU. Now sensing victory 5 points away. They need to win 5 of the next 13 points. Is that a foregone conclusion? That is in the hands of the Yellow Jackets. Oh, the strength there. Carries the ball back over the net, but out of bounds. Point goes to AIC. 20-13 now. Should be. There it is. Scoreboard indicates it as such. Alex Marinaro now. Went to Springfield Central High School. Jump serve, but service error. Gives the point to the Knights. 4 points away from ending their losing streak, extending the losing streak for the Yellow Jackets of the visiting American International College. Jack Lydon now, the star of the previous matchup. And that ball goes out. The point goes to FDU, 22-13 now. Jack Lydon, coach says, is one of his go-to guys. Plays at a really good level. When you hear him hit the ball, you can hear him hit the ball, much like you did right there by AIC. Ortiz again with the point, 22-14. Now Brendan Hickey, who missed the last match for AIC because he also plays golf. He's double-dipping right now. Was down in Florida, and who would turn down Florida in the Northeast to go play golf? I asked him, how's he doing? And he said, time management. Well, that makes perfect sense, Brendan. Good call, sir. 23-14, FDU. The Knights trying to say goodnight to this match. Mihailo Rodic with the ball. Here's the serve. And just a little too low off the net. 23-15 now. AIC with the ball. Starting exactly the way we started it. The ball in the hands of number 11, John Rivera Ortiz, the 6'2 freshman. Trying to build some momentum here for the Yellow Jackets. Great serve, but it goes out of bounds. 1 point away for FDU. Jose Angarita now will get the serve. Coach says he's one of the more cerebral members of the team, sees things, talks to the guys, tells them how to execute it. There's the set. Trying to keep this match alive are the Yellow Jackets. Here's the final point, and it goes to the celebrated senior of the night, number 11, Christian Ramirez. We started the night by celebrating him. We finished the night by celebrating him, and the Knights finished the night victorious. Another 3-set sweep of AIC. This time 25-23, 25-20, and 25-15. In a moment, we will get Coach France over here to talk about the match. See exactly what he saw out there on the night. the adjustments made. What happened in that first set? How did he get his players back to basics, back to what it takes to win on the night? Looked like fundamentals to me. We're not going to be joined by Coach France. We've got one of his assistants joining us right now. Hello, how do you do? I'm Colin.
Good, Colin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you're one of Coach's assistants, so we didn't get a chance to meet beforehand. So tell everyone who we're speaking to right now.
Vanya Milicic. I'm the grad assistant for the men's volleyball team.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us there. So taking a look at that first set, AIC was really kind of taking it to the Knights tonight.
Yeah.
Adjustments needed to be made. You relinquished the most points you have against AIC, especially in that last match. 23 points relinquished there. A couple of timeouts were called. What did Coach say to the team?
Just to take care of our side of the court. We were making a lot of unnecessary mistakes, both in serving and attacking. So what he said is they're playing good. Like, they're not, and congrats to them. They played a really good game tonight. They're not going to come here, roll over, and give you the match, so you need to take care of your side first and then look at them.
The confidence going into a match like this, you know they're going to be a lesser opponent in D2.
Yeah.
You know what you did to them last time.
Yeah.
How do you keep that focus going knowing that it's a lesser opponent? What motivates them?
We had a lot of these conversations with the guys saying that we should never underestimate someone. If anything, as a first-year program, no matter the division, you will always be the underdog. There's not going to be a lot of games where we're going to come in and they're going to be like, oh, FDU is going to win it. So you need to humble yourself, realize that you're the team that needs to fight and crawl for every point, and then go from there. Yeah,
Coach said the only guarantee that these players would have that they could be good at is waking up this morning.
Yes.
No win is guaranteed, especially when you're on a 5-game losing
That's
streak.
What we said. No set, no point, nothing is guaranteed. You're going to have to fight really hard for every point set and game you're going to get.
And one last thing, taking a look at this match versus the last one. Last time, AIC got better as they went along. 2016, 27, or 25 rather, 16, 25-17, 25-21. This time, it was 23, it was 20, and then 15.
Yes.
How did you shore up this team as you went along? What did you learn about AIC, and what did you learn about yourselves as a team?
Well, they are fighters. It's impressive because they only have 7 players or 8, and they come in and each one of them gives their best. So that's someone. It's always good to play against someone like that because they will really make you earn everything you get. And we're just learning everything. You have no idea. Every set, every point, we learn something new about our team. I don't even know where to keep storage all that information.
So what would you say was learned tonight? Going forward, obviously, you get off the losing streak. You start a new win streak with every win. What was learned tonight moving forward, and what can we expect in the next matchup?
Just to take it easy, point by point, set by set. I think we tend to look too much forward and play smart. There are a lot of things that you can do with the ball, and our players tend to forget that. We go against the wall a lot of times, so just be smart, composed, and do everything point by point.
And that they did, and they got the win tonight. Congratulations on your win tonight, Coach Milicic. I appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.
And congratulations. Once again, the FDU Knights come away victorious tonight. 3 straight sets again against the AIC Yellow Jackets. So we'll see what the future holds for both of these programs. But for the meantime, tonight, FDU can take some comfort in knowing they are 6-11. They are 3-2 at home now. And AIC will go into their next matchup living, learning, and growing as they go. Special thank you to everyone here at FDU, especially to Matt Nelson for helping me get set up here. And, of course, Jordan Sarnoff for getting me back in the broadcast booth for the first time post-pandemic. Greatly appreciate it. To everyone here at FDU, thank you for your hospitality. It's been a lot of fun celebrating senior night, Christian Ramirez, and, of course, getting the winning point. FDU with the win. Please enjoy the rest of your night, everyone. Take care, stay safe, have a great weekend, and thanks for joining us on NSC Front Row.